It's nice.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, hey, everyone.
Hello. We were just talking about how we've been running around all day today. So,
Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm traveling, it just feels like a roller coaster of events for some reason.
yeah,
But
yeah,
man,
I
but
know.
yeah, but yeah. So we are on day 4,
hmm
and what is day 4?
4 servings of whole grains.
Yeah,
Cersei?
yeah. 4 servings of whole grains. I think this one is a. I think this one's the easy one, depending.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think it,
depending.
yeah, yeah. I, you know, I think first of all, I love my whole grains. Like
Right.
had, um, I had some whole grain toast for breakfast,
Mhm.
and then I had
Mhm,
some
mhm.
oatmeal, and for my second breakfast, and then I had, actually, I'm nibbling on a little whole grain pasta right now. I've
Okay.
got some right here, so I'll just show it to you here. This is my whole grain penne pasta.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I don't know, we're not gonna have any whole grains for cooking chat, are we?
We're not, but you actually could eat it with a whole grain if you wanted.
Yeah. Well, I've got my leftover cornbread that I made,
Yeah.
that I
You
was
can have
recipe
that.
testing. So that's a
You can
whole
have it with
grain.
rice or quinoa. It could go
Yeah.
with something actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whole grains are good. They're good for your body. They're another way of getting protein into your diet. A lot of people don't think
Mhm.
about that. But they have to be whole grains,
Yeah, that's the
not.
key.
Yeah, that's the key. And we really emphasize intact whole grains in our
Yeah.
program as far as the Daniel fast goes. So,
Yeah.
intact means, basically unprocessed, is intact. So, um, an example that we use a lot in our course is like oats. So, you've got oat groats.
Hmm.
That's intact oat you can get, and then all the way to instant oats, which is more processed. And if you buy instant oats, especially in the package, you're also getting a bunch of added sugar and stuff
Sugars. Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
really want. So,
It's
um,
better to stay closer to the other end, like the oat groats,
and the
steel
steel
cut
cuts,
oats, and then
rolled
whole grain,
oats,
rolled
yeah,
oats.
hmm
Um, and the good thing about those is that I know the quick oats seem kind of enticing because it's nice on the go, but what you can do is you can make steel cut oats, oat groats in bulk in your
hmm
Instapot or overnight or whatever, even in your crock pot. And then
hmm
you'll leave it in the fridge for the week. And then it's like an instant oats, but it's a whole grain.
yeah,
So preparation can give you that same instant kind of thing, but you just got to
hmm
prepare a little bit rather than running for those little sugary packs. I remember back in the day dumping those in,
yeah,
but they're so full with sugar and they're
yeah,
so refined that it's
yeah,
almost like pointless to some degree in terms
yeah.
of the
And
nutrients. So
there's a flavor difference too. I mean, just with oats. So like when
yeah,
I'm eating oat groats or steel cut oats, I don't know, to me it just tastes nuttier. You just get this nutty, like, good taste. I just and it
yeah,
you can bite into it and grab
yeah,
hold of it.
definitely more
So
hardy, definitely more
more
hardy.
hearty. Yeah.
And it almost comes off, and that's why you can make steel cut oats and groats into like a savory bowl because it becomes almost like a grain. It's almost like a rice or a
Mm-hmm.
farro. Like it gets into that kind of category. So that's why you could kind of go between the sweet and the savory with those ones. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
if you took instant oats and put turmeric on it, I don't know how great that will run over because it's
Yeah.
refined and watery that it just has to be more so for the quick kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So what
But
are
that's
some
one. Other
yeah,
ones,
yeah, let's talk about some other examples
yeah, and then
cuz
you have your whole grain brown rice. That's
mm-hmm.
one. Um,
Black rice,
black rice, uh,
red
red
rice.
rice. There if you want to go on the wild side, or I wouldn't call it wild, but just not typical, you would be like you could go with teff, you can go with kamut, you can
Brown
go.
rice.
Um, there's just so many different grains out there. Whole wheat pasta is a good
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
Barley.
barley,
Mm-hmm.
kush kush.
Farro.
What about kush
Yeah.
kush? Yeah.
Kush kush.
Kush kush. That one is
Couscous.
like
You talking about,
couscous.
oh, couscous. Yeah,
Yeah,
couscous. Yeah.
yeah. That one is a nice one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of options out there
Yeah.
that you can kind of keep it intact um, as a whole grain. Yeah.
Yeah, and so besides the protein benefits, and there's other kind of micronutrients in whole grains, um, B vitamins and that sort of thing, like folate and thiamine and that kind of. But I also think too, we don't talk a lot about the microbiome, except in the course we get into it more. But
Mhm.
there's our
That's
microbiome. Yeah, it helps to diversify. When we eat those the fiber from those whole grains, it actually helps us to diversify the
Mhm.
good bacteria in our gut.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, it serves a
Yeah.
lot of purposes.
Yeah. So you're always kind of hearing people say, "How do I get a healthy gut?" That is one of the ways
Right.
to do that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So there's so many reasons. And the other reason I think we gravitate, especially when you want something that feels comforting and filling, whole grains are always a go-to.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people are like, well, I don't feel full, but when you have whole grains, it always seems to balance a
Yeah.
meal by having
Yeah.
that your portion of your whole grain. So it definitely satiates you throughout the day as well. But yeah.
So 4 servings of whole grains and serving sizes, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
So it's like a half cup cooked is usually a typical serving size.
Hmm.
So a half cup of cooked, rice or oatmeal or whatever is kind of advisable. And obviously, if you're burning more calories or something, then get more. But that's kind of like for an average
What about
person.
popcorn? What about popcorn?
Yeah, popcorn's an interesting one. Yeah, so air popped popcorn isn't too bad.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's just when you start adding stuff to it, like when you start
Right.
adding butter and oil and
Yeah.
salt and all that
The in
stuff.
of itself,
But
you can count that as your half as your
I would
serving.
say you could count
Yeah.
it as a
Yeah.
serving. Yeah, I mean,
It's
I
a
would
nice,
say.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say probably like because it's puffed, it's probably like a cup of popcorn might be 1 serving or something like
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah. And
yeah.
what's nice? I love nutritional yeast on my popcorn. That's a
Hmm.
way to kind of flavor it without adding like the butter and things like that. And you could even spray a little bit of liquid aminos and then add
Hmm.
some nutritional yeast. And
Yeah.
bam, you have that. Or you can season it with other kind of spicy like we're not gonna say spicy, but if you like pepper flakes or whatever you like, you could
Hmm.
season the popcorn with that as opposed to butter too. So
Yep. Yeah. So there's options. So whole grains, folks, get some whole grains
yeah.
intact if possible.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. So I have no idea what is on for tomorrow. I know it's day 3. Let me take a look here. Ooh, we're gonna get moving tomorrow, Cersei. We're
Oh
gonna do
wow.
3 sets of jumping jacks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to put on my sports bra
Yeah.
so that
Interesting. Yeah.
my boobs aren't bouncing around too much.
Yeah. Tomorrow,
but
yeah.
but for if you have trouble jumping, like a lot of times people will have like knee issues or
Mhm.
they can't
Mhm.
like jump. We've got a modified version of the jumping jack you can do, and so and then certainly any movement.
Any movement. The
The
key is
goal with this
movement.
is just
Yeah.
to just move. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Yep.
about moving your body and getting exercise somehow,
Right.
some way.
Exactly. If you
So
want to do another version of exercise, that's fine too. The issue is just like you said, slotting in exercise as part of this 12 days.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
awesome.
All right, everybody, we're getting there. Christmas is coming up, so we're counting
Okay.
down here.
Yep, yep, yep. And we'll do a recap, at the last day, but these are just 12 reminders of things that you could implement into your health over the holidays and even beyond to kind of point you in the right direction of a healthy journey and getting your health on the right track. So these are just some good nudges.
Yep. All right. Very good. All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow, or actually tonight for Cooking
Tonight,
Chat.
we can
So,
chat 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific.
yep.
So we'll see you guys tonight.
Okay. Bye.